What has the practice of the second home, now new oasis for life, proved? Xiefeng. Life Genuine has successfully created the second home as the pattern of man's new life. During 10 months of practice of the second home, especially the celebration of the Spring Festival in 2010 by nearly 60 people, people enjoyed joy, pleasure, freedom, happiness, good luck, auspiciousness, coziness, peace, and elegance. No one has lost temper, no one feels unhappy, no one feels unpleasant, and no one feels unsatisfied. The facts have proved that the life pattern of the second home is civilized, elegant, advanced, and humanistic. It is a great leap in mankind's thinking and man's pattern of life. The practice of the second home has realized 8 ideals: disintegration of marriage and family, elimination of private ownership, realization of the ideal of everyone having nothing and yet possessing everything, realization of the communist ideal of from each according to his ability and to each according to his need, realization of the greatest creator's kingdom without marriage predicted by Jesus, realization of Lao Tzu's ideal of Tao modeling itself after nature, realization of the ideal of each displaying his or her own special skills, like 8 Chinese immortals crossing the sea, realization of the social ideal of no one pocketing anything found on the ground and no one bolting the door at night, realization of the ideal of everyone enjoying happiness, pleasure, freedom, and blessing, realization of the harmony between man and nature. The practice of the second home has proved that the following 9 values are correct. Following the way of the greatest creator is the fundamental prerequisite and guarantee for man as a whole and man as an individual to acquire a happy life. All crises faced by man can be solved if the crisis of man's soul is solved. Marriage and family is endless sea of suffering. Outside marriage and family, you are far away from the sea of tribulation. Holographic theory and holographic management mechanism conforms most to human character and nature. Collective life is the best venue for self-refinery and self-cultivation. Entering the second home and actively participating in the building of the era of life genuine for mankind is the most direct and most effective way of self-refinery and self-cultivation to realize the ideal of life and life. The core of self-refinery and self-cultivation is none other than the sublimation of soul and the perfection of consciousness. Uphold 800 values for new era human being, and you can get everything that you need. The teachings of Jesus Christ, Buddha Sakyamuni, Celestial Lao Tzu, and Prophet Muhammad are correct. Facts have eloquently proved that becoming a Chanyuan celestial is a happy thing, and living in the second home is the best way to scale the highest realm of life and life. It is difficult to start a business, but more difficult to safeguard what one has already accomplished. It is easy to attain the Tao, but difficult to maintain it. Therefore, we must know clearly that although the Chanyuan values are correct, and although we have successfully created the second home and have successfully put it into practice, Chanyuan values are still not perfect, the second home is not yet ideal, and everything is still extremely weak. We cannot stand the test of huge rainstorms and waves. If we slacken our efforts, it is very likely that the Garden of Eden may vanish into thin air. It is not time yet to lie down and relax, not yet time to slacken our will and enjoy comfort and ease. Every Chanyuan celestial should work even harder and forge ahead, and conduct self-refinery and self-cultivation as if walking on tightrope and thin ice. We are now all sensible Chanyuan celestials with clear and logical thinking. We should be clear that understanding principles is one thing, but putting them into practice in our daily production and life is quite another thing. If when conducting self-refinery we do not make efforts in each word and action, and when conducting self-cultivation we do not make efforts in every idea and will, then the principles that we have understood would be useless pet phrases. One thing that we can be sure of is that as long as we stick to the way of the greatest creator, upholds the 800 values for new era human being, and strictly follow the roadmap of the guide, we will pay back all our debts, we can accumulate the treasures and wealth for ourselves to go to the heavenly kingdom, have a splendid future, and realize the ideal of life and life that we dream of.